Oh, Mondo, haven't we been down this road before? Hey guys, Jay. Welcome back to the channel. Mondo. Ah, I sound like a broken record sometimes. You know what I mean? Like, I love what Mondo does. I really do. I'm a huge fan of Mondo. But sometimes they do things which really make me hate their policies and release schedules. And I'm not talking about anybody in particular. I'm just literally talking about their scheduling. Their scheduling really pisses me off. I mean, seriously, over the weekend at Monsterpalooza, we got to see some amazing things being revealed, including the 1/12th scale Master Universe 2000X He-Man. Oh my god, that thing's freaking crazy. What really caught my eye as well was the 1/6 scale Filmation Beastman. That thing was absolutely insane. And at the time, I was like, yeah, this is amazing. This is great. This is incredible. But little did I know that it is a limited edition, only 1,000 pieces, which in a lot of ways I sort of understand. I mean, it's not for everybody. Beastman is very specific in this particular instance for Flimation, and not everybody's a Filmation fan. But I just sort of assumed that we'd have a week, maybe a month. Unfortunately, that doesn't seem to be the case. No, this is literally when it hits and when it drops is when you guys are going to be able to get it. And we're right back to square one in terms of that. I guess Mondo expected, Monster Palooza to really get the word out that it was limited edition Beastman. And I just, when I did my report, and I just had no idea. I had no idea. So I sort of just assumed that, it would be a month, it would be in a week, it would be maybe, much later down the road. No, now it's going to be a little closer to 24 hours left to go. And then the party starts, everybody. You have to actually get in line to try and pick up Beastman for your very own. The figure itself is definitely the highlight of this. The release schedule is kind of not. But let's take a look and see exactly what was announced on Mondo Shop's official Instagram, Facebook, and social media pages. Let's have a look. Don't forget, guys, that the Mumra 1/6 scale action figure is still available for pre-order. Not too long now, guys. I think there's only 2 weeks left. So definitely, if you are interested in picking up Mumra, the Ever Living, for your very own, you should pre-order it right now. He is $280. Not a bad price for a figure this big. And he is a beefy boy. And don't forget, he also comes with Mamat and a host of different accessories that you do not want to miss out on. Definitely head over to mondoshop.com for Mumra the Ever Living, as we don't know how much longer he's going to be up there. There are tariff surcharges which are going to be applied to this one in particular, and unfortunately, that is just the way it is. But rest assured that he is worth every penny, especially if you are a Thundercats fan. Definitely head over to mondoshop.com, put down your order for Mumra the Ever Living. We only have a few more weeks left. On Mondo's official Facebook page, some amazing new announcements were revealed today, and I gotta tell you, I was over the moon with what I saw. But then realizing that it was so close, literally 24 hours to go until this actually happens, my heart kind of sank. But let's take a look at some of these new photos for the 1/6 scale Beastman figure. Oh my god, guys, this is crazy. Zooming in on this announcement, it goes on to say, now that we've delivered our definitive Beastman, we're turning back the clock with a special tribute to the original. Limited to an edition of just 1,000, the Master of the Universe Beastman 1/6 scale figure classic variant is available to pre-order Tuesday, June 3rd at 11 a.m. Central Time, only at modelshop.com. Oh, literally 11 o'clock tomorrow is when we get to try our hand at getting only 1,000 of these things available. I am just oh my gosh, Mondo, this is crazy. Anyway, let's take a look at Beastman because he really is freaking amazing. Oh my gosh, there he is. There is Filmation Beastman, or if you prefer, the vintage style, the original style of Beastman in his original colors, his original look. But I prefer to think that this is the Beastman from Filmation because he's got boots. He's got boots, everybody, and that is very distinctly Filmation. Let's take a look at this guy. Oh, he is looking beefy. He's exactly the same size as the original release of Beastman, but we'll notice that there are many things which are different about this particular figure. First of all, his mane is no longer soft goods. It is actually a fully sculpted piece and really does harken back to the original Beastman figure. It does have those wonderful red colors, and it's just hugely just billowing out from underneath his neck. It looks crazy, almost like it's alive. He also has that signature I always thought that it was a amulet or a compass that actually helped him to control beasts, but apparently that's not the case. It looks like it's just a piece of heraldry from his clan, I suppose, and it looks amazing in this signature blue. That was the original color on the vintage figure. He also has those upper armbands, which have those horns embedded in them, and these are very traditional to Beastman as they look absolutely accurate to the original line of figures. I love the horn and its wonderful crusty nature. It's obviously a piece of bone or some sort of like maybe a tooth, and it's cracking at all the seams. You can even see a lot of the stippling and the wonderful nature. They put a wash on it. It really helps to bring out the sculpt, and I love the clasps that are holding it together, really giving it that signature look that it's actually a functional piece on his arms. Down here, we'd also see that the overall mane itself, I'm not sure if it actually is removable. It looks like it's just a full signature piece. However, it does have this harness on the back, much like the traditional straps of Beastman from the original figure. So, time will tell if we can actually remove this from his overall body. His head sculpt is very signature to Beastman and really does give that indicative Filmation look. And I think that that's really what they were going for. Moving down further, we do see that furry blue loincloth and then a wonderful signature piece for Beastman and that belt. Oh my gosh. Everything is just harkening back to the original 80s version, the vintage style of these figures. I'm loving it. He does have the whip, which is signature to Beastman. Now, I do believe this is the exact same whip that did come with Beastman originally. So that is wonderful. And again, as I had to highlight earlier, those incredible boots, which are signature to Filmation, which leads me to believe that this is the Filmation version, or at least Filmation inspired version of Beastman. Here is Beastman in his domain of Snake Mountain, and there he is with another beautiful head sculpt. These head sculpts have actually been somewhat repainted and not really retooled. I believe they are the exact same head sculpts that were included with the original release of Beastman, but obviously repainted to look more like the traditional Beastman from the vintage collection, as well as this one's actually more, as I said, of the one that's actually included. That's it's based off of the actual toyetic version, and he looks freaking ferocious. I love the lower mandible fangs; they look so cool, and he does look like he's just charging right in front of us, ready to bowl us over. Beastman. Here he is with a wonderful scowling face. Again, this one is patterned directly off of the original release, but with the more toyetic colors. And man, that snarling face is just one that only a mother could love, really, but he looks awesome. I'm loving it. He also comes with this sword, which actually is, in my opinion, more patterned off of what the sword looked like, the one he had actually in the movie, the original 1987 movie. And I love the fact that they're including that. That is incredible. Another reason to pick up Beastman as he looks absolutely ferocious. Here is Beastman with Filmation style trap jaw. They look awesome together. Literally, almost like they came off of the Filmation screen. I am loving these two guys. They really do match up so well, especially in this environment created by Raul Barrero and his team. Look at all the skull heraldry, all the bones just like strewn everywhere. Man, there's like demon hellspawn who apparently were here on Eternia long before anyone else. This is amazing, really giving that world building aspect to the characters in this photography. I love it. Here we have just a little chummy moment with the main three villains of Skeletor's army, Skeletor himself, Beastman, and of course Trapjaw. It literally is that kind of buddy moment where they're like, Skeletor, I've always admired you. I love it, guys. So great. And it's just a wonderful, very almost never seen moment where Skeletor is not calling him a bumbling buffoon. Bumbling buffoon. No, they're kind of like chummy right now. It's kind of crazy. Also kind of sickly sweet too. Yeah, maybe not. Of course, we do have Beastman with his signature blaster, and man, this guy looks so good, especially in this environment created by Raul Barrero and his team. Here he is running with that blaster, looking to just make a menace of himself, and he looks so good. The lighting on this is just top notch. Huge shout out to Raul Barrero and his team. They're literally killing it. Here is Beastman with a little bit more of a docile face, kind of maybe a little slower. I think that's really the way I'm going to call it. Yeah, a little bit more feral, a little bit more Mr. Hyde kind of looking, type of idea. I do like the way this looks. It's a wonderful addition to the collection, and I'm very, very happy at the way this overall piece has come together. He looks amazing. Here we got a much closer look at the face of Beastman, and man, does he ever look ferocious. Again, the lighting just plays so well off of this character with all the rich detail. Bravo to the sculptors over at Mondo. You guys have done it once again. Beastman and Trapjaw are, of course, not always the best of friends, but they do get along quite well. And we can see them here in this wonderful tender moment. Once again, I gotta tip my hat to Raul Barrero and his team. This is above and beyond and really showcasing why anyone who's a Filmation fan or classic Master Universe fan would really love to get this figure. Beastman comes with everything you see here. He comes with a host of different swappable hands, 2 fists, 2 clasping hands, 2 splayed hands, an additional 2 slightly relaxed hands, really giving him a plethora of different looks. The 2 grasping hands can also, of course, hold on to his different weapons, including this blaster, this wonderful sword, which again, I do believe is actually patterned off of the movie version, that goblet, which he actually was using when he rebelled against Skeletor, and of course, that chicken leg. My gosh, that turkey leg is huge, and it looks so good. He also comes with that signature whip that is so definitive of Beastman. He also comes with additional 3 heads, 4 heads in total. That rather snarling face, the really just absolutely pissed off face, and of course, his more docile, kind of like I said, Mr. Hyde look. And of course, we do have the signature Filmation / vintage look of Beastman. This is absolutely incredible, everybody. Beastman will be available tomorrow, starting at 11 a.m. Central Time, June 3rd, only at MondoShop.com. This is a limited edition of only 1,000 pieces. I'm not happy about this overall release schedule, Mondo. You know I have my bones to pick with that. But anyone who's looking to actually pick up this version of Beastman, best of luck to you, because this one's going to definitely be a war. And of course, if you actually manage to pick up Beastman for your very own, I really do congratulate you. As this one, I'm definitely going to have to pass on, as I'm stuck between a rock and a hard place with moving, and of course, this being the beginning of the month, bills are everywhere, everybody. And this particular luxury is one I'm going to have to pass by. I wish we had more time, but Mondo's back at it again with these crazy release schedules. Head over to MondoShop.com and pick up Mumra for your very own. And get ready for war, because tomorrow, the 1/6 scale Beastman Filmation Edition will be on sale for collectors way, way, way too soon. Oh my god, guys. This is this is part of that love-hate relationship I have with Mondo. I love the guys there. I love all the creative teams. I love everybody who's working on these products. They deserve all the credit in the world. Seriously, they really, really do. And I really do want to recognize all the people who worked on this project, as it is a killer rendition of Beastman, and really one that's going to be sought after by many fans. Unfortunately, because of the timing of this, I think it's going to be a bit difficult for some fans who are really diehard. Might be, having some trouble trying to get this into their budget. After all, it's the beginning of the month, and there are bills to pay. I myself am moving, so this is probably going to pass me by. I just not going to have the availability for this in my budget. And for anybody else who's kind of on a budget, this really is an unfortunate situation. And I really do wish that Mondo had given us a little bit more time, a little bit more heads up, at least. If this had been announced a week prior of Monsterpalooza, maybe some of us could have made different arrangements. Made some different, moved things around, tried to make something happen. But as it is right now, there's not much choice at all. And we're kind of left in the lurch. Let me know in the comment section below, guys. Are you going to be putting your hard-earned cash for this version of Beastman? Considering he is the definitive Filmation version for Beastman in this 1/6 scale size. And I know a lot of us would definitely love to get him into our collection. Or are you just as upset as I am right now that Mondo just did not give us enough heads up on this, and it being a limited edition 1,000 pieces only, it really is a damn shame that many of us are not going to be able to even get a chance at getting this, as, budgets, bills, everything that's happening at the beginning of the month really is a poor decision, in my opinion, to be releasing this right now. Let me know those comments in the comment section below, guys. As you guys know, I really do love the guys over at Mondo, but their release schedule is really just killing it. However, they are killing it in terms of the overall action figure market. As a matter of fact, I did a video covering their latest tease of the 2000X He-Man 1/12 scale figure, which is absolutely insane. And thankfully, that one will not be limited edition. It's going to be available for everybody. You can take a look at that video right here, and I'll see you guys there. Hope you're all doing well, staying safe. And as always, everybody, thank you very much for watching. Mondo, we really got to talk about these schedules. Good journey, everybody. Geek proud.